Like,
Oh, we got a call.
got a call, yeah.
Pushing P.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey Larry, it's Trick. How y'all doing?
Trick, what's up, man?
What's up?
Not much, man. I got a Yonko question for you all tonight. Some nice theorizing as well. Help for Parv.
Okay.
Hey.
So Oda said a while ago that his favorite IRL pirate is Blackbeard, and I believe that all the Yonko, in some way, shape, or form, are based on Blackbeard. Blackbeard had 14 wives. Sounds a little bit like Big Mom. When he died, he got like shot 5 times, like stabbed 20 times. Sounds like Whitebeard. Something that's also very, very interesting and very well known about Blackbeard, and don't laugh, Seb, is that he had syphilis, which is both a mental and a physical disorder. All of the Yonkos that we've seen up to this point have had a specific mental and a physical disorder. Specifically, Big Mom has an eating disorder with hunger pains, and she also has either Peter Pan syndrome or a bipolar. Or just Kaido, depression, alcoholism, very obvious. Blackbeard has insomnia, and the most popular theory for him is split personality, which is actually a symptom of neurosyphilis, which is the mental disorder that can come from syphilis.
I've never heard of neurosyphilis.
Oh, that's a common thing. They actually,
damn.
yeah, like a lot of people were saying, like, you know, we hold, like, a lot of the presidents are super old, but back in the day, syphilis was crazy, and they never tested things, so syphilis ends up eating your brain.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
and one of Blackbeard's most famous piracies is actually just stealing medical equipment, and that's how people figured out he had syphilis. Shanks, obviously, is an amputee. That's one arm. And that's actually where my theorization question comes from. All these other Yonkos have had 2 things wrong with them. One mental, one physical. We have a mental issue for Shanks. We have a physical issue for Shanks. What's his mental issue?
So I just want to go back to the whole, because what he's saying about the syphilis thing, that actually would make it makes sense for Blackbeard to go to Drum Island, right? Because the Dr.
Doctors were
Cray
there,
had
yeah.
there. That might be the reason he was there. So that's an interesting thing to point out with the, you know, that importance for that.
Sounds like you're giving Parvision a theory to create. But,
Well, I do have a Blackbeard
You can
video
take both
coming
of mine.
out,
He's
so
good, man.
Wait, hold on. Finish what you were saying, Trick.
Oh, I just said Parv can do both those theories if he wants to. He's a...
this is the drum
But yeah, I'm simply
liberation.
asking, do you guys think that Shanks could have a mental disorder that, you know, whether, and if so, what could that be? And what that would mean for the story?
Financial literacy? I don't, because the dude is a bum. Like, he just lives on any island at this point, right?
See, if Kaido didn't cover alcoholism, then I would have went with that one. But Kaido kind of already covers that.
But all the pirates kind of drink. Like, every single one.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
He parties a lot.
I mean, the only thing I could probably say is he's obsessed. He probably has an obsession with the understanding of the world. Because in my perspective, Roger did tell him what One Piece meant. And following what Rayleigh said, saying that if I was to tell you, you might have a different understanding from what we understood.
yeah.
That probably created this psychological, like, breakdown. And he didn't take it well, which is explaining why he does certain things that no other pirate is able to do with the world government. And he probably just wants to create One Piece. And the only other character that seems very similar to the way he would possibly think is like somebody like Batman. We think Batman is very psychotic for the things that he does. He doesn't kill, you know, his enemies. You know, he lets people do what they have to do. He just keeps like an order of peace, you know? And I think that's kind of what Shanks is probably doing in my guess.
I have a good, and this is the little tease into the Shanks video, is it might be that Shanks is running away from problems, right? Like he's afraid of stress. He doesn't like he's faced with this giant, you know, not prophecy, but just responsibility that Gold Roger. We don't know what was said to him, right? And it's like when you think about like him handing the hat to Luffy, right? And then we think about all the things that he has done. It's like he doesn't want to take responsibility. He's literally like the first important scene is like, yo, Whitebeard, you need to stop Ace, right? Like, hey, Gorosei, we don't know what's said, but like something needs to happen and I'm not doing it, right? He steps in one time and he doesn't do anything, right? He doesn't want to be this world figure, it feels like, even though he has all the resources, all the backing.
So you think it's anxiety?
Whether it's anxiety or not, I think it's more like he just doesn't believe in himself.
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. I would say that, but the thing is, it's also Shanks. Imposter syndrome implies that Shanks doesn't recognize his power. I think he recognizes his power and he's willing to use it. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be that person. He wants someone else to do it. And like, a lot of people are saying like he set up Luffy like to do this thing, and it's like a kind of a messed up situation. And in terms of the mental thing, like when you think about all the time Shanks has showed up in the story, like you said, he's just a bum. He's not taking up territories. He's just showing up whenever it's like. He's like it's like a procrastination thing, right? It's like you're waiting to the last moment for something to like prevent or do or whatever. Whereas all the other Yonko are like, if I want to change the world, I'm going to create an empire. I'm going to create a territory. I'm going to be the change that I want to create, right? Whereas Shanks is like, all right, I can't do this, like.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shanks way different.
I can't do this, but I can see the world turning over its head if Ace goes after Blackbeard, so I need to stop that. I can see the Gorosei are ignoring a big problem. I need them to stop this, right? Like I need to at least to do that, right? Like, and when you think about like the mental side of running away from your problems and procrastination, those things kind of do line up. Where it's like, I think one of the biggest drops is going to be what Roger said to Shanks.
1,000%.
Yeah, because that will frame like everything that Shanks is doing, and I have a good idea what it is.
I feel like it's kind of wild that he could be a Yonko and like one of the most famous pirates and strongest pirates in the world, and y'all telling me he didn't live up to his potential. That's what y'all telling me. Like, damn, yo, he was destined for more than this.
No, I mean when we think about it, right? He's red-haired Shanks, right? Like he's not known by his name, red hair. Like he literally put up Rockstar and be like, is this gonna fool anybody, right? Like this is red-haired. But then when you think about it, he has all this power. What has he done with it? Right? All the other Yonko have done something. Even Blackbeard, at this point, he's taken over all of Whitebeard's stuff. He's causing mayhem. Shanks doesn't, not that he doesn't have feats, but it's like, we haven't gone through the new world and seen any kind of, like, we've seen what Big Mom has done. We've seen what Kaido is doing. We've seen what Blackbeard is doing. Even Dragon, to a certain extent, he's infiltrating places, right? In that regard, the only thing that we know is that Shanks has one territory that Bartholomew took over and just put Luffy's flag there, right? That's the only thing we know, right? So it's kind of like, it's like, if you have all that power, it's like at least Mihawk is just going around saying he's having fun, right? He does not bring along a whole crew. We don't know what Shanks is doing, but when you think about Shanks and Mihawk, it's like, they have all this power, they're not doing anything, but Shanks is the Yonko. He should be the one doing stuff, right?
Film Red coming out. What y'all think?
Shanks got rid of that hat in Roger's will the second he could.
You know what? I was thinking that the whole time. So he got rid of Roger's hat the second he could.
Yeah.
He lost his arm, so he didn't have to deal with Mihawk anymore.
Hey, I ain't gonna take none of that disrespect, Trick. You coming here disrespecting him.
I went all the Shanks disrespect. I know they don't like it, though. I know they don't.
Yeah, you want to say?
It's all right. He's got the rat no. It's all right.
Yo, in our Discord, Trick said that snitching is his mental disorder.
Damn. That'd be wild.
Oh, man.
Hey, I got issues. Y'all want to speak, Lawrence Alano?
I got something to say. I'm lazy.
Let's go.
A lot of disrespect.
I have never thought of Shanks in any light of what you guys were talking about, and I don't see it or agree with it. But I will say I don't know, because he's seeming like the normal one out of them. Like they're all kind of like.
Those are the ones you got to worry about, though.
Yeah, that is true. Because I will bring up a side of Shanks that I have noticed.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think most of them, Big Mom, Kaido, Blackbeard, they're kind of like freaks. Like they're kind of weird with their personality, and they're kind of like out there flamboyant. But Shanks, what I notice is low key, really, really ruthless. And what I mean by that, right? Because I noticed this. The first, I guess you could say, the first killing we seen in the show
was by Lucky Row.
Was by Lucky Row, and Shanks said like pretty much right. Because also what he said before. he said, you could spit on me, you could laugh at me, but you touch anyone of my knockabout. And he also says, I don't care the reason for it to do it. So they can have valid reasons. Yo, this dude killed my wife. Shanks, I don't care. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to come after you, right? So we see the first death that he had. And then one more into that, right, is that when he said, once you attack Shanks or you recognize you're in a fight with him, Shanks kind of shows you, in a way, like, no mercy. Like, he says, we're not playing here. Fighting is not a game. You know, like, this is serious. Our lives on the line here, and why Lucky Rule killed that person. But then also, too, with that attitude, when Mihawk first showed up, right? Before he realized that he's coming as a friend, Shanks has his air about him. Just like, what do you want, Mihawk? I am not in the mood. Ready to kill him. Then Mihawk says, calm down. I'm not trying to fight, blah, blah, blah. Then, party. Ace rolls up, right? And he's just like...
He wasn't trying to fight.
like, pretty much, right? Ace rolls up. He goes, what does a rookie like you want with me? Right, serious. And this is a rookie. Like, you could take Ace out like you're Yonko. He's like, what do you want with me? And then he's like, hold on, I'm just trying to show you because Luffy talked about you. Oh, now you're friends, you know? And then Kid rolls up to him. Kid lost an arm, right? And then, like, pretty much, and how, one thing is when it comes to fighting, Shanks just showed, like, this ruthlessness, like, kind of like he takes fighting very, very seriously. Like, it's not a game that he's coming for your throat. He's coming for your neck. That's what the side I saw of Shanks. More like than everything else. Because also, too, I don't know how, and again, because I also think of Kaido, right? Kaido intercepted Whitebeard, and Shanks stepped in. Honestly, do you guys really believe that through words, you can stop Kaido from stopping Whitebeard? Like, Shanks could tell Kaido, yo, just be easy, have a drink, and we'll all just, you know.
Be easy, bro.
Yeah,
Depends on the words, man.
No, I don't think so.
He does that good shit.
I don't see that because the reason why is like, for example, when I see Kaido's personality is more like what we seen with Jack, right? On Zoe, it was like that ninja's not here. I don't care. Like Jack stood there 5 days fighting. There's no convincing Jack otherwise. And where'd he get that from? From Kaido, his captain, right? So I don't believe through words, but somehow Shanks was able to, I don't say stop, but like get Kaido to agree to at least him, and it had to be through strength, right? And then he shows up to the war, shutting stuff down. So I was like, to me, I see more of a ruthless side of Shanks that people respect. And I'm trying to think of leading that to like his. I don't know if he has a mental thing because
like
I do
anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety. Because I do realize it's interesting that Larry brung out that he did cry when Gold Roger was leaving, right? But
when he came back.
Yeah, when he came back, and he already knew that Gold Roger was dying. So why were you crying here? So like I don't know if it has something about losing people or whatever, but like
you can even take out that the disbanding of the Roger Pirates happened afterward, but Shanks was also on the ship when they were all setting sail for each other.
Yeah.
No, I think the disparity actually happened.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I just want to add I think the video that I'm gonna make is gonna be crazy because like it addresses like what I said and then what you said, they line up. Okay. And so like I think the part that I could leak out is like when you think about like what Big Mom is, what is she the emperor of, right? She's the emperor of like this food industry and like she has like an intelligence network. She has that going on. And Mosh made that video. We're working on that series together. And Kaido is doing like military, and he's also has the pharmaceutical stuff, right? And those are world powers, right? So then you like leave up the gaps. And so just to like put it out there, Blackbeard we're kind of thinking is more like anarchy. Like in terms of a world power, it's like terrorism almost. Like it doesn't matter where it is. If it benefits him, he'll figure out the easiest way to get there. And he'll do it. And it's so in Marineford, it's like, I'm going to wait till Whitebeard's like almost gone and I'm going to swoop in and do that, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's like the same thing with Baltigo with Dragon. It's like, I'm just going to surprise them, right? And we don't know why Dragon had to retreat. My opinion on that is that Dragon has a bunch of refugees that he has to protect. So he couldn't defend all of those people because we know that he has refugees. He has like, his whole army is a bunch of kids.
My take was a little simpler. It was more like, yo, this is my secret base. If I have a fight with a Yonko on this base, people are gonna know about it.
Yeah,
so like now
that too.
I can't like the news found out.
Right.
that I'm here. Like this
Yeah.
is not a.
So, but then
You know what I
the
mean?
question there would be, why didn't, if Dragon's supposed to be this really strong power,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't he counter Blackbeard at all, right? Like, he kind of let that steamroll, and that's why a lot of
Because
people...
he's soft, Parvision. Say it.
So a lot of people
Say it.
use that to take away from Dragon, but I say it's because he had refugees.
He just got
so
a cool
I
name.
also thought like, well, what is Dragon's objective and target? Like, he can't waste his military power on a Yonko when he's trying to use that same power to attack the world government.
I'm
Listen, bro.
actively calling my forces to fight
the world
a
government.
military power. I can't fight a second military power right now.
He has to take away my power, my forces, like, you know.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of people joining his side.
Hold on.
You know, he's a liberator.
Y'all sounding real crazy right now. Like, Blackbeard didn't just become a Yonko. You know what I'm
He
saying?
still likes us two Doubtfruits. He still has a Yonko crew. Yeah.
Listen, bro. If I got an advanced Conqueror's hockey and future sight, and I'm supposedly the most wanted person in the world, you better come correct. Cause you come to me like that, you gonna get put down, bro. And if Dragon don't got that mentality, he ain't the strongest.
Yeah, and so when we think Blackbeard is this role, right, where he's not a part of any faction, he just wants to terrorize everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then there's one other Yonko left, right? And you think about the thing that's left with how the CP0, and I talked about this in the BDA video, that CP0 and the world government, they're not on one side of the scale in terms of world power. We're seeing the CP0 do all the weapon stuff, right? They're trying to push weapons out to all these countries to counter Dragon. They're on the dark side of things too. And you think about the one person who, besides Doflamingo, who has ties to the Gorosei
And the underworld.
and he's on the the other side. And so when you think about what Shanks is the emperor of, he's the emperor.
Orphans.
Maybe.
Yo, all right. Do I just drop the whole theory? But like, okay. So
Yo, am I right?
it's not that you're right or wrong, but it's involved there. There's a big thing.
It's Shanks'
No,
assassin.
same theory video.
No, there's way more to it.
All
Way
right.
more.
We gotta
to it.
take more calls.
We gotta take more calls. Trick, did you want to say anything else?
No. I mean, I was so happy. Part basically took the entire idea that I was going to put forward for Shanks himself. So
You're gonna
I'm
love
good.
the Shanks video,
You guys
bro.
rock. I'll see you on the Discord.
All right, thank you, brother.
Trick, man. Trick's
But
that
the
guy.
orphans.
The worst thing about these is that these kids are orphans. And orphans don't have parents. All right.
Shanks
Marv,
is-
do you have any more calls?
Shanks
That
is
was a long
Batman.
one. Oh, okay.